not a good way to start a stream. Let's see. Okay, so the new bullshit that we have is this. This is what it looks like. This is what we're dealing with. And the notes are that it is what are they saying? A Hall of Icons. But based on this thing that was released, we don't need Mercy System. This looks like 3 different this is legendary or prime, standard, and legendary, or event is called Have a Guess. It looks like it's training, and that's how you get to where it is. So if that's the case, my guess is that this is going to end up being something similar to the Hazard program. What was that? The Hazard program? How long ago was that? That was a while ago, right? Here's some shit, just play it and shut up. Yeah, supposedly they're doing a stream tomorrow. Who do we think the 3 icons will be? Well, I don't... Beckham? Wasn't that the same thing? Beckham was just round 2 of the Hazard program. Did they say what the 3 were? Did they give nations? I didn't pay enough. I didn't pay very much attention. Yeah. Netherlands, Brazil, and Ghana. Netherlands, Brazil, and Ghana. Let's see. So Bastion. Trying to see who haven't we had in a while. Cruyff, Bergkamp, Seedorf, Homan. I have no idea who it could be. Essien for Ghana. Could be Van der Sar too. For Ghana, It's got to be Essien. Brazil could be Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Garinka, Alberto. I don't know. Lots of options, though. We're just going to have to wait and see. Trixie. Yeah, we still have to come up with the TTS should be working. So that. Apparently it's not working yet. What the hell is tripe? What the hell is tripe? Or do I even want to know? Ugh. Yeah, we're not going to do anything that's going to make me vomit. I don't want to know. Mountain oysters, something. Yeah, we have no idea what this new event is going to be. That's the other thing. Let's do this. While I... No. No. Okay, we'll go back to Discord and see where you guys left it. Like a single hair. I'm reading back through some of these suggestions so far. All right. Why the type always comes in so big. Jesus, come on. All right, so this is what we had so far. Full glass of Guinness through a straw. 25 is pretty easy, but that's just going to be you do that for free. $25 is Guinness through a straw. $75 is Dustin's shot of Tabasco. $100 will be the one chip talent challenge. I need to move the 10s higher than 125. I think we're going to move the 10s. Because this shit was starting to get out of hand. There's where it's at right as of right now. Will the wife be accepting bits for power increases? I'm sure. That'll be a whole separate thing. I don't know how we're going to work that. I do not. The thought of being electrocuted just makes me. It is not an ideal situation. The one chip challenge is too low. I don't even know what it was. I'll move it higher if it should be higher. Is it just a hot chip? We'll move it to 150.
Kinsey King 12 says makes dyeing the hair blue a piece of cake now lol.
Yeah. I'll bust on one of the guitars. Supposedly it's just a really hot chip. I don't know how that's going to be really bad. Hot night, Joe. You do not want to hear me sing. That is not going to be a good situation. Not a good situation. That's where it's at. We need. I mean, I can fill in milestones between 250, 350, and 500. We still have 3 up top: 50, 100, and 125. It's like a volcano taking a shit in your mouth. Don't underestimate the chip. Should I move it higher than 150? I can't get the drum set out. It's like buried. You guys are making me nervous on this one chip thing. Yeah, you're definitely making me nervous. There, we moved it down to 175. The one chip is so bad it breaks the laws of physics. A gallon of milk. You'd have to shove the chip in your ass. Your optimism on FIFA Mobile is incredibly unwarranted. A mohawk haircut? Yeah, I'll tell you a story. Years ago, here in
Kinsey
the
King
United
12 says
States.
personally this should all be on the wheel and the wheel decides on a spin what's what. Am I right?
No. Let's see. All right, we need some more suggestions. We have to fill the holes in. Biscuit on a diet. Welcome. So this was probably around, shit, this is probably 20 years ago. We have a restaurant here in the United States called Quaker Steak and Lube. It's like a car themed restaurant that has like motorcycle rallies, has motorcycle rallies and car shows and stuff, and it's based on like a Jiffy Lube, and everything is car related. They have cars inside and all this stuff, but it's called Quaker Steak and Lube, and they're known for having very, very, very hot like wings and stuff. And they have an atomic wing. When you go to, if you get a plate of atomic wings, they have a medical waiver you have to sign. And I don't know how much they are. I don't remember. They're ridiculous. And they have a wall of fame at the restaurant. And if you can eat a dozen of the wings without ranch or milk, you have to eat a dozen of them. It's you get your name on the wall. It's like your name on a wall, a bottle of hot sauce, not the stuff that this thing's covered in, but like a bottle of their signature hot sauce, and a bumper sticker that says "I survived atomic," like it's got an atomic explosion or whatever. We went in there a couple of times, and friends were like, "You need to do it. You eat a lot of hot shit. You should do it. You'll be fine." And we were there one night with friends, and I decided that we were going to do it. I was going to do it. And they bring them out, and the smell of them was so strong, just from the wings. The smell of the wings was it was like you couldn't get near them. And they brought out rubber gloves to wear because they could burn your fingers. Like, I'm sure the majority of this shit was for show. But like you eat the first one, and the amount of like pain just hits you immediately. And I think by probably like the fourth or fifth one, like I couldn't feel anything. It was numb. It was like I had just left the dentist. And fingers are numb, everything's numb. And I just, at that point, I was just like, I started it. Once you start, there's no sense in not finishing it. And I did it. And they make a huge deal out of it. And they give you all your shit. You get your bumper sticker and your wing sauce and all this. And then they put your name on the wall. We left shortly after that. And I went straight home. Like, we didn't go anywhere afterward like we were going to. I had to come home. And I literally was attached to the toilet for a few hours. And then it killed me for days. Like, I always had an iron gut coming into it. But that destroyed me. Still eat hot stuff, but that was next level. So is that what I'm going to experience with this thing? It's a potato chip. How fucking bad could a potato chip be? I think I was drinking before I started this whole thing, and it just sounded like a good idea at the time. The Ring of Fire. Here's another good one. I got there's a hot sauce that it's called Creeping Death. And it's like 1 drop per 1,000 parts creates hot sauce. And the bottle's like this big and it's got like a skull on it, and then there's like this wax that drips down over it. We always did really, really hot stuff, right? And we went in one day, we went into a wing spot. It was a place that we went to. We went to this one wing place that was near my office. We would go there every day for lunch, to the point where we knew all the people that worked there and became pretty good friends with the bartender. So when he had a day that he wasn't working, he would call us and be like, hey, let's meet at a different bar. So we would go to a different bar. That's how much we went to this one place. And we went in there one day, and we always got really, really hot stuff. And one of the chefs come out, one of the guys that works one of the guys that worked in the kitchen, saying he was a chef that's not what he was. He was just some dude that worked in the kitchen. And he comes out and he's like, man, you guys love all this hot shit. You got to try this. And he hands me a toothpick. And I don't think that he was a line cook. This was just some 35-year-old Spanish dude that worked at a wing joint. So he hands me a toothpick, and the bottom of it, like the bottom half inch, is black. And he's like, here, just taste this. This is what we use to make the hottest sauce we have. So he hands me this toothpick, and I take the toothpick, I put it in my mouth, and I just pull it out. And he's like, no, I just wanted you to touch the toothpick to your tongue. And it took a second for it to hit me, but when it finally did, it was literally like a volcano took a shit in my mouth. And my lip, where I pulled the toothpick out, I got a blister, a line straight down the bottom and the top of my lip. It literally just blistered it. And they stuck up like that high, just these little blisters, like a line of blisters. I was like, oh, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I licked it off the toothpick. But that one didn't put me on the toilet or anything. It just burnt the shit out of me. What's funny though is he, after that happened, he was like, oh my God, dude, you just took that. And he did. What did you just do? Do I even want to know? Dustin. I have to think ahead for this shit. It's messed up. That's completely messed up. Uh no, it's well, anyway, after it was over, I was like, you got to give me a little bit of that. Like, put it in a ramekin, like in one of those little plastic cups. So he put like a couple of drops in a cup and let me take it. And I went home that weekend. I went to my parents' house, and I told my dad that it was. My dad loves sour stuff, and I told my mom what it was, and she's like, "Just give it to your dad." I was like, I'll tell him that it's just crazy sour." So we told my dad that it was sour, and then he had to just touch it to his tongue, and then it would be the sourest thing he's ever tasted. He's like, "I like sour stuff. It'll be fine." Yeah, he fell out of a chair trying to get to the kitchen and was like drinking milk out of the gallon, out of the jug. We were crying. I thought it was hilarious. That's pretty mean, though. I'm surprised I didn't give him a heart attack at that point, because he was probably 60. Yeah, not good. So I think I'll be fine with the one chip challenge. We need some other ones though. We need other challenges to go with this whole thing. Some other milestones. No, I just thought I'd just screw my dad over. What the hell's the cinnamon challenge? Ride biscuit challenge? The one up challenge? What the hell's the one up challenge? Snort a line of cinnamon. No. Dried crackers. See, all these things sound dangerous. Snort a line of salt. I remember when I was a kid, we used to snort pixie sticks. I don't think I'm going to snort anything on stream. Eat 3 dried crackers. Take Imodium and trust the fart. Cross-eyed cat pics. I can get away with the cross-eyed cat pics now. I think that has lost its luster for me. They're still funny, but it was that very first time. 5 Popeyes biscuits with no beverages. I can't eat a pickle. There's no way I couldn't eat a pickle. Shot of Tabasco was on there. Shot of Tabasco is at 75. Bottle of Sprite, that was one. We'll do that at 50. A marshmallow with hot sauce. You love sour stuff too? Chug a bottle of Sprite's a good one. Am I allergic to anything? Nothing that would be a concern. The month of July will be the sub challenge. I can't let her fill stuff in. She's like she would be in like she would be halfway between like filling out shit that would cause me bodily harm and you can't do this stuff. RP, thanks for popping in. What was one? The last two from Twitter. Inzi is all about the wheel. Discard Salah. We have no info on a new season start. I don't trust her to pick anything. She gets to choose one. No.
Fahim Fuado5 says, so who's the 3 icons that's Cummings? Guesses?
Haircut like this for 2 weeks? No. I have to work. Who's the 3 icons? It is Van der Sar, Essien, and Ronaldo. No, we don't know. I can't do anything. Man United. That's not the reverse mohawk. Nah, she wouldn't let me cut my hair. She wasn't happy about the hair dye. If it's painful to me, she would find it entertaining. If it has to do with how I look, she will not support any of it. She gets upset if I do anything. Like hair color or shave or... Full united squad. As that's what was this? What was it? I'm not letting you guys. We're not spinning a wheel to determine my fate. That is too much. I can't do that. Uh Although I'm not opposed. I am chicken shit. I'm not opposed to taking some of this stuff. Hypocrisy. I'm not opposed to taking some of this stuff off and doing. Oh, God. You guys are killing me here. Um. See, I'm not opposed to doing this. See, I wouldn't be opposed to doing this. Doing like up to 200. The wheel of challenges. And then So Ruben, I should go higher. Then do trying to remember what they were. What was it? What were some of the other ones? No, the chip challenge is on here. It's at 250. I moved it back. Oh, that's right. We're not doing the reverse mohawk. What else did I take off? Oh. We're not doing shave an eyebrow. Chat chooses a tweet. What do you mean? Like to delete? Like a... Oh, to post. Shot of liquor should be plastered all over the wheel as a forfeit. What were some of the ones you did, Ruben? I can't let the chat choose a tweet. What would you guys like? Give me an example of what you'd make me tweet. Cause I I don't want to end up in trouble. So is that where the makeup thing come from? A clove of garlic? How do you eat a clove of garlic? That doesn't even... I don't want to die. That was the tweet that your chat decided? The Michael Flatley River Dance. Eat a clove of garlic. What the fuck? Like, how am I even supposed to do that? Keep thinking. Trying to think of something. Peel it, pop it in your mouth, and chew. How big are they? I don't think I've ever seen a clove of garlic. I don't want to do the cinnamon challenge because I think it would just make a mess. Mankini. There's a shot of Tabasco and Elon Musk is a fucking asshole. I could go with that. I have to go all Borat on stream. Very nice. You know, it's a true story. I accidentally drunkenly brushed my teeth one time with foot fungal cream. Still, I still smell. I smell like vinegar. I smell like vinegar. I can still smell it. It's like up my nose. Where the boys are working on the RSX, they're putting an air ride on the RSX, and they have a seized coilover and brought it over, and we could not get it unseized. So the last thing we're trying is we're soaking the coilover, the shock assembly, everything. We're soaking it all in a 5-gallon bucket of white vinegar. And I got it on my hands and we were dunking it in there. And I've tried to wash it off and I still can smell it. It still smells like vinegar. Drunk chamomile lotion. I watched. Okay, here's one for you. I was at my parents' house one time for like Thanksgiving or some bullshit, and my sister's son was a baby at the time and was crawling around. So my mom took my she took their dog. They had a wiener dog, and the dog's bowl of dog food was on the ground, and it was in some like little decorative bowl, and my nephew kept walking by and was playing with it because he was crawling around, and he would come into the kitchen and start playing with the dog. My mom, being stupid, she just picked the dog food up and sat it on the table, like a banquet table, which was right there. She just picked it up off the ground and put it up, like, go ahead. She's grandma, and she's talking to her nephew. And like 30 minutes go by, and that table, it was sitting on a banquet table where all the food was. And why would I be shitting for a month? What the hell am I doing? Lactulose. And people walk by, and my mom's like, where did the dog's food go? And the bowl of the dog food, like dry kibble, like the whole bowl, was empty. And she's like, where's all the dog food? And, everybody's like, I don't know, do we throw it away? Something's going on. And she's like, hey, where did everything go? And my uncle, who's like 10 years older than me, he's sitting there on the couch, and he's like, what was that? We're like, where did the dog food go? He's like, I thought that was Chex Mix. He ate an entire bowl of fucking dog food because he thought it was Chex Mix. We're like, how did you not know? He's like, I thought it was pretty good. So then all of us are like, well, now we all have to try this shit to find out why he thought it was good. So then all of us ate dog food, just like one bit of, and no, I don't know what's wrong with his palate. No, he's got some serious, there's some mental issues going on, something that he ate an entire bowl of dog food voluntarily. I have to tell a whole story in the helium voice. I have to suck a helium balloon and then tell a story. This is also the same uncle who, when the pandemic, when it first hit, he tested positive like in the first couple of weeks of quarantine, and he swore up and down he got it from a Chinese restaurant. So we're not talking the sharpest tool in the shed. He could be a shaved dog. Great uncle to have. He's entertaining. This is another true story. He has always called me, not all the time, but he has a nickname for me, and it's Noodle Nose. He calls me Noodle Nose. And it's because when I was about 7 or 8 years old, we were when I was about 7 or 8 years old, we were at a family day, like holiday get. It was like Christmas, Thanksgiving, something. And I was eating a giant plate of noodles, like chicken and noodles, or beef and noodles, something. It just had a lot of noodles and stuff. And I was eating it. I was a kid. I was like 8 years old. I'm eating this. I'm eating the noodles, and I got like a big mouthful of noodles. And I went to sneeze. Like I felt a sneeze coming on, and I tried to stifle. You know how you have a sneeze and you like try to keep it from happening because I had a mouthful of noodles, and I couldn't do it. And like I sneezed, but my mouth stayed closed, so all of the noodles in my mouth shot out my nose. It's like, and all these noodles came out my nose, and they were like stuck, like I just had noodles hanging out of my nose, and like they were all through my sinuses. Like all these noodles were through my sinuses, and I started to gag. And my dad, who was sitting at the table, has the weakest stomach of anyone. And like if you're just sitting around him and you're like, huh, you just start making gagging noises, he'll start to gag. Like he just can't not. He's like, stop it, goddamn, stop it. He gets sick real easy. And I did it, and I was sitting across from him, and my uncle was sitting next to him. And when it happened, my uncle lost his shit. He is laughing his ass off. And I'm like, trying to like, I didn't know what to do, because I was like 8 years old. And my dad looks over at me, and I'm like trying to blow the noodles out. And my dad starts, he starts gagging. He's got like a tissue on his mouth. He runs to the restroom, and my uncle's sitting next to him, and he is just rolling. He's laughing at me, and then when my dad starts gagging, he starts laughing at him. So then my dad comes back, and everybody's kind of, let's quiet down. We've kind of calmed down a little bit, and he's sitting there, and he's like, did you see all those noodles hanging out of his nose? And then my dad starts gagging again. So then every once in a while, my uncle just brings it up. He's like, remember noodle nose? Then my dad will get all pissed and start gagging. Yeah. It was not a fun experience. Snotty Scotty toy. I was blowing noodles out of my nose for like a week. Like every time I would blow my nose, there would be more noodles in it. Like, Jesus, how big is my sinuses? The Tom Hanks silly strings. Oh, like sprays it out of his nose. I actually have a silly string story too. When I was about the same age, my mom was throwing a birthday party for my great aunt, which would have been my mom's aunt. She was like in her 70s at the time. And they had like a cake, and it had like 70 candles on it. Have you ever seen anything with like that many candles? It's like a bonfire. Like it's a hazard. And that was when, this is how old I am, that was when silly string first became popular. But the original silly string was flammable, and nobody knew it. My mom sprayed that shit across a cake that was on fire, damn near burned our house down. Yes, that's why I'm like the way I am. Ugh. What do we have? We still have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of open holes on the wheel. So Rubens. See, I would still be doing the one chip challenge earlier than Ruben. Everything was flammable. Yes. This is back when you could buy lawn jarts. I'll fill the wheel in with other stuff that's not so painful. I could add in like spend 50 million coins and recycle the player. 100 million coins, recycle. Within reason. They have it so easy. Toys were always death traps. You can actually whistle with your nose. What was it? The Red Ryder BB gun from A Christmas Story. My wife showed me a TikTok the other day because she's obsessed with TikTok. She just watches them. She doesn't like make them or anything. But there was a TikTok and it was some, like, I don't know, early 20s dude. And he's like, I don't understand why all these Generation X guys and girls always talk about how they used to drink out of the water hose in the summer. And he's like, did they not go in the house? Couldn't you just go in the house and get something to drink? And it was a girl who was like my age explaining to this guy why you couldn't just go in the house and get something to drink because we weren't allowed in the house. And it was so true. Need more ideas. Oh, we just claimed the player. Order a pizza and pay only in small change when it arrives. This is a true story. I ordered a pizza one time. Me and a friend were drunk and we were underage. We weren't 21. And our girlfriends were asleep. They came over to our apartment that my buddy and his girl, they came over to our apartment. It was like 11 o'clock at night. They had fallen asleep. So we proceeded to drink all of the alcohol that we had. And ended up hammered. And at some point during that process, we ordered pizza because we got really hungry and decided to order pizza. And when it showed up like an hour and a half later, we had forgotten that we had ordered pizza, and somebody started pounding on the apartment door, and we were scared because we just knew it was like the FBI coming to get us for underage drinking. And the girls woke up and they were pissed because they fell asleep. We were fine. They wake up and we're blotto drunk, and someone's pounding on our door, and it's like 12:30 at night. And they go to the door to see who it was, and we're like, don't answer it, it's the fuzz. The cops are here. And they open the door, and it's a guy trying to deliver La Rosa's pizza. And he's like, I just need to deliver a pizza. And we didn't have any money. And she had to go find a checkbook and write a check for this pizza. Because we ordered a pizza and didn't have any cash. I was in a lot of trouble that night. Drink a shot. Probably put a few of those on there. Free pizza. She had to pay for it. Gosh, she was mad. I remember we were eating the pizza and we were just like real quiet, like we're not drunk. You get to choose a Subway sandwich. Boy Fresh. Welcome. There's a lot of shit on here you guys are going to have me eating. I got a garlic clove, Tabasco sauce, hot chips, Jay, they have me selling my entire team to buy a full Man United squad. See, they've all said stream with a Man United shirt on. I don't have a Man United shirt. And I don't think I can bring myself to go buy one. Alcohol tipped tampons. When I was in college, I had a friend that did that. He swore up and down by it. If we were going out, he would dip an entire tampon in like vodka. All right, you want to see what it is? Here's where we're at, Storm. Kenzie is dead set on a wheel that determines what I'm doing. This is not good. This is some harsh shit. Throw my hat away? I need a tiny wheel. I can't throw my hat away. Hat is special. It's irreplaceable. You cannot replace this hat. And the reason I know that is because the wife has tried. She has attempted it before. Ugly Squad. I forgot about the Ugly Squad. Yes Man, Dick Man Squad. You guys are out of control. All right, that's about all we can do for FIFA Mobile. What do we end up pulling? A 107. All right. That's Man, Dick Man team. All right, we're going to open up Raid here in a second. This is where we're at currently. $200 does the tens unit. See, that's where this thing originally started. So a full stream. Jizz Horn Camp. 225, the wife does makeup for a stream. One chip challenge at 250. 350, I have to use one of my starting 11 as XP. 500, I have to use one of my top raid champs as XP. Or 750, I have to sell my full squad and replace it with an 11-man Manchester United team. None of these are good. I'm not putting the one chip challenge on the wheel. You guys have scared me. The shot of Tabasco sauce is on the wheel. And how big a pair of assholes his parents are to name him Jizz. half a glass of vinegar. I would vomit. I got one to add here. Jism? Jism is an actual name? What was that game that we played at one time? What was the awful game that we played where the girl was like, I'll be right back, I gotta take a dump? Was it called Choices? Episodes. We have to do another episode stream. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things on the wheel. 3, 7 spins on the wheel. There you go. Started at 5. An accordion stream. Start the wheel at 5. I'm going to regret that one. May split this stuff out a little bit. How did I get talked into this? This is went way beyond what I originally agreed to. Here, let's adjust this just a little bit. What is the one chip challenge? What is this shit? Red Hot Reaper, Carolina Reaper. Is that what it's called? There it is. "60-second spins with them all tripled." This, I'm 99.9999999% sure that I am going to regret this severely. The month of July is going to be interesting. Design a new wheel just for this. Tip a beer down the sink to say goodbye to my a new sound for the wheel. It's not going to be good. It's going to suck. All right. That's where I'm going to end it. We're going to return here in a minute with Raid. So don't go anywhere. An angel of death sings. Paint my fingernails? What color? Yeah. Headlines. Middle-aged streamer dies after eating hot chip. This will be winning on the wheel. Shit's crazy. All right. That's where I'm going to end it for FIFA Mobile. We didn't even play FIFA Mobile. That's where I'm going to end it for this one. We'll be back in just a minute for Raid. See where we're at. Everyone wins except me. Pretty much. I was sort of playing FIFA. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. As long as you keep watching, I'll keep streaming. We'll be back in a minute.